I was paying $697 a month. Today we're going to be discussing why I'm in a 2023 Malibu 1LT versus my 2019 Performance Package 2 Mustang GT while we're headed to the gym. But I really wanted to get a car vlog out because I have not done this stuff in a very long time. And for those of you that I said I was going to make more content and I didn't, I'm here and I'm going to try my best to start making some more content. So guys, welcome to the channel. Let's go ahead and jump into it. So my 2019 Performance Package 2 Mustang GT, I was paying $697 a month. And honestly, if I would have kept it, I probably would have been able to refinance it and maybe, you know, that payment would go down a little bit considering, you know, how long I would have had it now. But with that being said, I switched to this car because I saved $200 a month on a car payment. And growing up in my early 20s, you know, and something I discussed in a lot of other videos I have on my channel, in those I talk about, you know, the amount of cars that I've had. I've had a lot more cars than I should have. I did that by loaning money from the bank, just taking out loans and then paying off my negative equity. So I'd save up, use my saved up money to pay off my negative equity and jump into the next car. I kind of grew up in my younger 20s around the local car community and being around that, like seeing these guys with M2s and like the GT M3s and whatnot, that makes you want to go buy nice cars. You know, like I had my Audi S5 that I had built up to stage 2 full bolt on. Then I had my two Mustangs. I had my first one was my 2018 10-speed auto Mustang GT, and I absolutely loved that car, but I always wanted more. And that is a big issue that you'll see, especially whenever you're in your early 20s. You're around these guys, and just being around that portion of people makes you want something better. And so I wanted the digital dash. I wanted a 6-speed manual. Plus the 6-speed manuals are so much, you know, you're so much more connected to the car, and that's the big thing too. You drive a 10-speed auto and it's a super fun car. Like I'll never say that the Mustang 10-speed auto is not a fun car because it's able to put down, you know, those 400, you know, and I think 480 horsepower fantastically. But the manual, there's no feeling like switching gears whenever you're full on the throttle. I went through a lot of mental stuff through my early 20s of making decisions where I wanted to put myself in life, and that's really what the basis of it all was. Where are these decisions going to put me at whenever I'm 30? And part of that was financial decisions. I had a big upglow in financial maturity over the past few years, I would say. Part of that was buying this Malibu. This was 100%. I jumped into it super quick. I was like, hey, I want to save money. I'm going to go to the you know, dealership that I've used for all of my past cars and see what they can do about getting me into something cheaper. Here we are. We're in the 2023 Malibu LT, and it's not something that I necessarily enjoy. You know, I like the car. It's a great car, but it's not something that I'm passionate about. It's not what I want out of a car, but you know, it gets me from A to B, and it's something, you know, that I'm realizing the past, you know, few weeks. I've been talking to my fiance, you know, I really want to get into vlogging, and she's like, just do it. Just, you know, just start. And my biggest thing was that I don't feel like this car, it holds retention, and I think it's as interesting as having, you know, an Audi S5 or a Mustang GT on video. But something that I realized is that I can work up to that stuff though. Having that vehicle again is something that I can actually work up to this time, instead of just going to the bank and be like, yeah, I want to, you know, loan $40,000 and sit there with a super high $600-700 car payment. And whenever I could have something like this, grow my YouTube channel for people that actually want to listen to me instead of just coming for the car. Growing a channel around something like this and then moving to something bigger, like a Mustang GT again, right? Something that I gave up that car because it was too expensive month per month. Not that I couldn't afford it, but because I didn't want to pay that car now. But once I start making more money, maybe that's something to move into, or maybe the Audi S5, something to get back into, or maybe an RS5. These are different things, or, you know, a Mercedes AMG SUV, right? Like that'd be cool. You know, once I grow a family and whatnot, you know, maybe that could be, you know, a daily car. Yeah, that's just kind of where my head is at. Really, the basis of the video is just to kind of put into the younger generation's head. I will never say don't go out and buy that sports car that you want. I 100% stand behind that, because if I would have kept my first 2018 Mustang GT that was on coilovers, X-pipe for a resonator delete, and it sounded amazing. If I would have kept that car would be paid off right now, and I'd be driving that car with no issues. But I was greedy and I wanted better. It led me on a path to buying car after car after car. And granted, I owed $19,000 on this car right now, and I paid down a serious majority over that small amount of time. I put all of my money into this car after watching, you know, the Dave Ramsey stuff. So anything that was rolled over on top of, you know, the actual value of this vehicle, you know, I tried to pay off as quickly as possible, and luckily I was able to do that with having two incomes. But whenever you have one income, it's a lot harder to do. Just keeping that in mind and realize it is okay. I don't think it really matters what anybody says. So yeah, can't give technical financial advice here, but I would have my sports car paid off already. Take that in mind. I'm 26. That sports car I would have more than paid off, and I'd have a sports car that I'm driving around right now. I'm happy with this car. I know that it's not what I want. Like, I come to the gym every day and I see super nice BMWs. Kind of understand, you know, this kind of stuff right here, like this BMW right here, is stuff for us to grow into whenever we get older. You know, whenever you're 35 or 40 and you grow into it, dude, start your own business, get your money going, and then, you know, buying stuff like this is easy at that point. And right now I totally understand it. I work third shift. You know, I don't like the hours of my job. I love my job. I love the people that I work with, but I'm out here working from 9 to, you know, 6 a.m. or 7 a.m., you know, or sometimes even later on certain days. But yeah, I'll leave off on that. I'm going to get into the gym, see what I can do for a workout, and I'll see you guys later.